When I went in, I was like 25 years old. So I ain't understand what the family and was like. But I always knew that I wanted a family. Like I always knew I wanted kids. I always knew that I wanted something different. Like when I was 16 and 17, 21, 22, I was pimping. I grew up on the whole track. My projects was Walter Simmons projects. They was on the whole track. Lamar Get Well. And I don't even tell a lot of people this shit, but since I'm going down through there, I'm gonna tell y'all. So one day in the projects, I never knew, right? I never knew what my grandma was doing, right? But when I was probably, I always had photographic memory. I always had photographic memory since I was a kid. And I know a lot of people might laugh at me, but I'm explaining this in a serious manner because I'm for real. I always had photographic memory, like from when I seen my first death and everything. Like, I grew up in the 90s, so I grew up in times where used to really, because it wasn't no doorbell cameras. It wasn't no camera on every corner. It wasn't no camera on everybody's door. It wasn't no camera. So was really getting away with murders. It was really, like when I was a kid, I didn't really see them and people walking past him. Like, I didn't really see a woman in front of everybody. And he walking free to this day. But, and nobody tell. Back then, it was bullies in the project. It was bullies when I was growing up, y'all. Like, bullies, like, y'all never really understand, you know what I'm saying? But I got photographic memory, right? Of I remember one night, my grandma used to drink beer real bad. And I remember one night, we stayed on 20, if you an OG and you know this shit, we stay on 2959 Jewish Lewis, Walter Simmons, on the east side of Memphis. And man, I realized, didn't know what my grandma was doing. And in front of Walter Simmons, it was a bus stop. It was a big, tall, orange bus stop. And this first time my grandma ever took me to this bus stop, she gave me her player. She had a player. And she used to play the player, put the headphones on my ear, and she used to tell me to sit at the bus stop. And I used to watch my grandma walk up and down the street. And she used to laugh. Sometimes she done came back rushing. Come on, Loretta, let's go. Come on. I never understood what was going on. Never in my life understood what was going on. As I got older, y'all, I started seeing my daddy pimp. As I got 13, 12, 14, if you know Debo, if you know Lil Cardi, you know what I mean. If you from South Memphis, you from the Willets, if you the folks, I don't give a f. If you GD and you from Memphis, you know Debo. I don't give a f. If you don't know Debo, you ain't GDing for real in Memphis. I don't give a f what you talking about. My daddy wanted to really GD come from Memphis. I don't give a f what nobody in they mammy say. You can ask anybody, they mammy, they daddy. My daddy whooped your daddy back in the day. My daddy went in your daddy's pocket back in the day. I swear to God, your daddy didn't play with my daddy back in the day. swear to God, man, I'm talking about, man, I was a kid. I was seeing my daddy do so much foul shit. As an 11, 12, 13-year-old, like, I done seen him do so much foul shit. People, I wanted to be just like that. I wanted to be just like that, chat. One day I remember my daddy. I remember my daddy told his girlfriend, one of his hoes, to take me to school. And when I got outside, it was her daddy to take me to school. So he was like, hey, I got to get to work, Michelle. Ooh, I know her name was Michelle. I got to get to work, Michelle. Ooh. So she called herself going there telling my daddy, I ain't finna be able to take Lil Ricky to school. My daddy gotta get to work. I'm standing on the front porch. This photographic memory. Next thing I know, like, my daddy stayed in a rooming house. So if you know what a rooming house is, it's like 6, 7 bedrooms in one house, and every people rent a room out. And he stayed on the second room at the bottom. And if you've been in the rooming house, you know them be cheap. So I can hear the flow. She running like a mother to the front door. So I'm a kid. I'm like, damn, what the f? She finally make it. I scoot out the way. She trying to get away from my dad. No, little car. No, little car. Man, popped it, went across the whole head. I'm talking about cold-blooded Ike status. Man, listen, when Pops go across the head, man, she balled up. I never forget this shit in my life. My daddy grabbed this woman, bro. Her daddy gets out the car. He hollering, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. Man, he picks the woman up and powerbomb. Boom! She went unconscious, cuz. Man, I'm about 11 years old. Y'all ain't understanding, bro. This the shit that I'm seeing in South Memphis. Y'all putting capsize because you ain't never seen this shit. You don't understand where I'm coming from. You ain't never seen no shit like this. I swear to God. You would never be able to understand this type of lifestyle right here. So I'm watching my daddy. And I'm like, damn, like, the only difference is he was GD. And when I got older, I ended up a vice lord. Why? My daddy went to the feds. My daddy went to the feds when I was 16. But one thing about that, he was righteous. He didn't want me to be GD until I graduated. I asked my dad, I was like, man, when I'm gonna be able to be what you is? And he was like, what you mean? And I said, man, I want to be GD. And he said, man, you can't be this until you graduate. So I said, all right. But I always looked up to my daddy, so I always represented what my daddy was. You see what I'm saying? And my dad went to the feds, man. Yeah, my daddy went to the feds. My daddy got caught about 9 zips of hard and 2 pistols. Yup. Hurt my feelings, cause we was just getting to know each other real good. Nigga gave me my first Glock. That was the first gun I ever had in my life. The average young nigga had a 22 or a 25 or a 38. Like, I had a real Glock 40 at the age of 14, bro. Like, and my daddy stood on real business. And if you from Memphis, and if you know Debo, you know I ain't no capping what the f I'm talking about. So you can miss me with the hats, like that shit. Like, if you know Debo, you know Lil Car, you know what I'm talking about. Everything will fit you. You know Lil Mike. If you know Booger, if you from South Memphis for real, you know what I'm talking about for real. Yeah. Yeah, if you really from Trig and Orleans, if you really from, yeah, if you really from, come on, man, if you really from Clementine, if you really in South Memphis, if you really were GD in back in the days. See, I'm 33. A lot of you young who don't know, who 22, 23, 24 years old, dropping cap signs and shit. Man, you smell like shit. You smell like shit right now. Your boxer shorts smell like shit. You got dookie stinks right now in your drawers. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know shit about shit. You ain't never been nowhere. You don't know nothing about nothing. They had $2,000. You got dookie stinks right now in your drawers. Your gym shorts sour as a motherfucker. The same gym shorts you was hooping in 5 days ago, you still got them on. You sour as a motherfucker dropping caps. You ain't had no haircut in 6 weeks. You dying for a haircut, begging your auntie to get you a haircut when tax time come. You ain't had no haircut yet. Then you try to humiliate me through Wi-Fi. I never understand it. I never in my life understand it. I never ever in my life understand it. You know, because I always been the type of guy that the reason why I feel like I'm blessed is because I always respected position, chat. Once upon a time, I was the that got sent out, chat. I was the that was told, hey, go do this. And I went and did it. And I went to jail, chat, at a young age, like. So I understand how it is to be the foot soldier. So I try not to treat my people like foot soldiers. I try to treat my people like knights and mooks. I try to treat my people and show my people that, hey, you mean something to me. You're not just something to throw away to me. You are not just something that I feel like that I can sacrifice. I don't want to lose you. If you an asset to me, if you here for me, I'm there for you. And that's how I want my people to feel. That's what we ain't getting today. We ain't getting it. You see what I'm saying? We gonna kill him. Yeah, that's how we gonna do that. We gonna kill his all the cap. The super flies and I got number 45 followers. Use up. You talking from your page. You done caught your looking at me. That's what you done did. You done caught your